च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न च प्राणसंज्ञो न मे पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागो न मे लोभमोहो मदोर्नैव मेनैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदानयज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्तः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभुत्वाच सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां न चासङ्गं तन्नैव मुक्तिर्न मे चिदानन्द रूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्द रूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्द रूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ. So we are discussing Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Aham Chidananda. I am consciousness, consciousness is I. There is no other meaning of word I other than the consciousness. There is no consciousness without I. There is no consciousness without I. And consciousness being limitless, wholeness, I am whole. I am not a part of the whole. Because consciousness is partless. Anything which has parts, you say consciousness has a parts, then the consciousness becomes an object of knowledge. Otherwise, how will you say it has a parts? Anything which has a parts is well, definitely you know it as an object. And what is not available for objectification is the consciousness, which is partless. Anything which is made up of parts, well, definitely which is within the realm of time, and well, which is within realm of time. Combining the parts itself is called Janma, in fact. Yeah. When the parts combine, the thing has come into existence. And when parts fall apart, we say the thing has gone. Death. So all is within time. And therefore, I, the consciousness, is partless. Anything which is partless is whole. Is whole. Could you follow? Yeah. Anything which has parts cannot be whole, cannot be limitless. Anything which has parts is always within the realm of space also. Yeah, it could be a black hole or anything. Maybe a massive object, still within the realm of space. So therefore, I am whole. That's the thing. And that wholeness alone is experienced as happiness. Wholeness is called happiness when you experience that. But Swamiji, then that shows the self is experienced in few moments. No. Self is all the time there, but basically the real self is misconstrued. Yeah. One has a notion that I am small. That's it. Not that you are small and you will become limitless. You have a notion that I am small. You think you are small and you are small. You think you are insignificant and you are insignificant. But Swamiji, if I think like that means I become insignificant? No. As long as this thinking continues, you remain like that. As long as the 10th person thinks I am ninth, I am ninth, I am ninth, I am ninth, remaining 10th, that notion continues. That's amazing thing. And therefore, once you start learning Vedanta, you never have a self non-acceptance. Why should you reject yourself? Yeah, even if you have not understood, yet the notion has not gone, well, still, you will not reject yourself. You will not accept it that I am a small being. It's simply a notional smallness. Notional, purely notion. Notion is always born of an ignorance. And therefore, once you gain the knowledge, what is self-knowledge? Somebody asked this question. What is self-knowledge? Well, you discover that self is free. Free from smallness. That's knowledge. That's called knowledge. That you discover the fact. When you discover that fact, the ignorance born, the notion, that error also goes away. That's it. And so this is how it is. You think you are bound and you are bound. You think you are born and you are born. You think you are subject to death and you are subject to death. This is purely in your thinking. Purely. The 10th man has a thinking. I am ninth, I am ninth, I am ninth. Ninth man can never become 10th. By words can you become? Somebody says you are 10th and I become 10th. Yeah, how it is possible? Some transformation has to be there. No transformation. Except the notion is dropped that I am ninth. That's it. That's a transformation. No transformation. I am Jiva. And one day, one Muktatma came from Pennsylvania and said, oh, you are Shiva. Oh, I am become Shiva. How you can become Shiva? Somebody said, people ask varieties of the question. When I said, anyway, let me drop it. I will talk to you. It is coming, I think. I think it is coming in the 6th verse. So, anyway, we were talking about the happiness. I'm sorry to, put a break there. But we'll discuss, and I will discuss that question. It was a really nice question asked once in a camp. So, I was discussing the happiness is neither within nor without. Because happiness is not an object. Happiness is within means happiness is the internal object. Happiness is outside means happiness is the external object. Right? You say happiness comes from outside. Means you have objectified the happiness somewhere, in some place, in some object, in some attribute. Right? Etc. So basically happiness is never an object. Neither an internal object nor an external object. And therefore, there is only one thing which is not an object, and that is I. This was the answer I was seeking yesterday, okay? So, happiness is not an object, either internal nor external. There is only one thing which is not an object, and that is I. Therefore, I am happiness. And therefore, if I am happiness, then Swamiji, happiness is my nature? Yeah. Then, when unhappiness arises, that also say I am unhappy. Therefore, unhappiness is my nature. Two things, opposite thing cannot. One thing can be hot and cold simultaneously. No. Or even afterwards also. Definitely, therefore, here happiness is my nature or unhappiness is my nature. That's what we are discussing. And then I said, well, think that for a moment, that unhappiness is my nature. If unhappiness is your nature, you will naturally accept, I am unhappy. And how will you say? How will you say it? I am happy that I am unhappy. We have to say that way. What you naturally accept. Understand this. So silly. So, if unhappiness is my nature, I will naturally accept what is my nature. And how will I say what is naturally accepted? I will say like this: I am happy that I am unhappy. No one says that. I am happy being unhappy. You never say that. You basically, when you are happy, you don't have a complaint. I am happy being happy. I am happy being unhappy. Doesn't look proper. Yeah. That's how unhappiness seems to be unnatural. Not just for me, the society also. Society never send any condolence message to a person who is happy. Yeah. I'm so sorry to listen that you got happiness. Have you heard so? No, you are such a you do a lot of work, lot of seva. I don't know why happiness is following you all the time and making you happy. I really give this message, a condolence message to seeing you happy. I am becoming really sad, and I pray that you will, as early as possible, you become. And you never give congratulation to the person who is unhappy. Wow! After a long time, I am seeing your long face. Wow! What a thing it is. Look at that. So, when the person is happy, somehow the whole humanity thinks it is natural. When you are unhappy, then that's a matter of concern. Yeah. When you have an illness, is a matter of concern. When you enjoy the health, there is no concern. Right? I don't know why you are healthy. If you are ill, then you will definitely ask. Doctors also, all doctors have, all they visit. Swamiji, what happened? Oh, I am healthy. Oh, I am sorry to hear that. Health, that is how swasthata, they say. There is a word in Sanskritam, swastha, for the health. The person is swastha, swasmin sthitah, swastha. When one abides in one's own nature, that's called health. When that goes away, you are in an unnatural state. Even the body knows, understand. Body also starts functioning to bring that health. Yeah, we may add with the medicines and other things, but body itself starts. A fever, etc., they say, is an indication of certain toxins, etc. Well, there is a fight going on inside and all that. Much things I may not know, but it is like that. The body itself starts. Anything which is foreign, body starts reacting to that. Anyway, and therefore, so this shows that happiness seems to be my nature, inhibited by unhappiness. When you say I am unhappy, definitely there is an inhibition. What is the inhibition? Ignorance. But Swamiji, why do I feel I am unhappy? When you feel you are insignificant, when you feel you are limited, when you feel you are lacking something, somewhere, there is unhappiness. It's all, or when you judge yourself, let me talk to that. So when you judge yourself, any judgment about the self is unhappiness. In a deep sleep state, no judgment, all clearance. You are happy. No judgment about yourself. This is what you are. I am is enough. Further addition is judgment. I am a human being, judgment. This all I am talking is Nididhyasana, please understand me. Yeah, this is not just Shravanam, it's a Nididhyasana. Free from judgment. That's called clearance. Clearance naturally happens in a deep sleep state. In a waking state, you have to deliberately do it. But Swamiji, how can you say I am is the nature and everything else is a judgment? Because I am is an invariable factor. What is invariable is the consciousness. What is variable is not you. Right? That's how it has been negated. Manobuddhya hankara chittani naha. I am not manaha, I am not this, I am not this. All variable. All variable. I am is never variable. I am is invariable in all judgments. That I am is my nature. I means consciousness, M means existence, Satchit. Well, that alone is my nature. That's it. I am. You should clap the hands. Why? I am. The invariable factor in all experiences. Any experiences. Experience of a samadhi, still I am. Experience or any extraordinary experience people have. Varieties of the people talk about varieties of experiences. Extraordinary experiences. But I am. The object, ordinary or extraordinary, that goes away. Sometimes people they talk. Swamiji, I had an extraordinary experience. One person in Chicago talked to me about after-death experience. He came and took my half an hour, more than 40 minutes in fact, to discuss about after-death experience he had. He said, I already died and then I came back. In between what happened? Let's say accept it. But still it is and now he says now, because I was talking about this freedom from sorrow. And why freedom from sorrow? Because you are free from death. Death brings sorrow. So I was talking about that. So he found this is a relevant thing. So he came and he talked. And all that, and he said he wanted that experience repetitive. It won't come. It won't come. It is not you. If it is you, it cannot leave you. If it is other than you, variable goes. What is variable is not me. What is invariable is me. Being invariable, you never go away. You never go away from your own experience. You cannot be out of yourself in any experience. Well, I'm not. Any experience happened, but I am not there in experience. Cannot be. Only thing is you don't recognize me. People say, Swamiji, this all is talk, and you are Brahman and all this. I want to experience Brahman. You are Brahman. In any experience, there is nothing other than you. That's what it is. Subject, object, everything is you. It's a wholeness. But anyway, so this is, now you have got the answer. Happiness, being happy, it's natural state. And being natural state, well, I accept it naturally. There is self-acceptance also, totally. When you are happy, there is a total self-acceptance. If happiness is not your nature, right? So when you are happy, you will try to reject it because it's not your nature. But when you are happy, there is self-acceptance of yourself. Or when you are yourself, you are with yourself, you are yourself. Atmani eva atmana tushta. You are happy with yourself. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmanneva atmana tushta sthita prajnastu tadochyate. There is self-acceptance by only one person. Very rare in humanity. A very rare person in humanity. Like rare earth elements. Very rare. Only one person in the world who accepts totally oneself. And that is the beauty in the life. That is the beauty. I would say he alone is living a real life. One who has a total self-acceptance. Where there is a rejection, where is the beauty in life? And once a more rejection of yourself, bring rejection outside. What is inside gets reflected outside. Person who is in anger can cause others also angry. So his anger is expressed outward, and then other people got angry. The person who is very anxious brings anxiety in others also. You mark it. What is there inside, you will share with others. What is there inside, you will share. What is with you, you will share. What if you do? Anything which you don't have, how will you share it? So this person, he who accepts oneself, who loves himself. Even yoga brings this. That's yoga. I would say yoga means self-love. Even this self, the body, which you call it as a self, no problem. But you love yourself. Do yoga. So love begins with, with yoga. Ultimately, of course, you discover that the self, of course, is lovable. Where there is a joy, there is a love. Where there is a love, definitely that thing must be the source of joy. Love always follows happiness. Love always follows happiness. So where there is happiness, there is a love. That's how Nirvana Upanishad said, Yajnavalkya said to Maitri, right? So basically, Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. Navare Patyam Kamaya Patipriyo Bhavati. Atmanastu Kamaya Patipriyo Bhavati. Navare Jaya Kamaya Jaya Priya Bhavati. Atmanastu Kamaya Jaya Priya Bhavati. Everything. Navare Sarvasya Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam. If Atma is the only source of, only object of love for me, Atma must be of the nature of what? Happiness. Simple. See, this is what the Vedanta is. Yeah. So, if this thing, even though it is clear, if somebody finds quite difficult, very difficult to accept, very difficult to understand, definitely our ragadveshas are the obstacle. A certain likes and dislikes towards object, thinking them as the source of happiness, etc., will become an obstacle here. Yeah. When I'm sure that there is a given object is a source of happiness, then the subject is happiness is very difficult to accept. Very difficult to accept. That's how they always talk about Yoga Shastra, to at least have a say over your ragadvesha, to have a certain mastery over your likes and dislikes. I would not say they should be absent. No, need not be absent. Even likes and dislikes, desires are basically ornaments. Yeah, it's very nice Ishvara's arrangement. You like banana and I like orange. It's good. If I like orange and you like orange, orange would not be available anywhere. A particular thing is liked by everyone. It won't be available. It's nice. You go to a market, you say, I will buy bananas. I said, I will buy this watermelons. Nice. Everybody has everything. Nothing wrong. Desire is really, that's how somebody was telling yesterday, desire is we have to run away. Why should you run away? We should entertain more and more desires. Let me talk to you. We should entertain more and more desires. Only desire to get an object for happiness and security, you will remain eternal seeker. That is called samsari. One who seeks security and happiness in objects and therefore seeking that particular object is a samsari. Because purely the thing which is with you, which is you, in fact, you have not understood. Denying yourself, seeking outside is a foolishness. What you are seeking is not there but here. And still you keep on seeking. Then you will remain eternal seeker also because it is not there. So you remain seeker. That is foolishness. Those type of desires are definitely foolishness. That's how Shastra on one side definitely praises the desire. Dharma viruddhu bhuteshu kamaha ahamasmi, Bhagavan said. And on the other side, prajahati yada kama sarvan partha manogata. Could you follow? Bhagavan said kamaha ahamasmi. And in second chapter of describing wise person who says I am Ishvara, well, prajahati yada kama, all the desires are given up. He is a wise person. What is this? So we should understand. Desire, seeking some security, pleasure in the world is not. These two things, if you are really seeking, well, try to understand yourself. More understanding of yourself, more secure you are. More you understand yourself, more happy you are. That's how these wise people are happy. If you ask the reason, they say there is no reason. Why we should not be happy? We don't find any reason for becoming unhappy. Could you follow? Because I am of the nature of happiness. Fullness, I mean. I'm not feeling any kind of a limitation, lack. When you feel a lack, you become unhappy. You don't feel any lack because you are aware of yourself. Or you are in the process of being aware of yourself, getting clarity day by day. More the clarity, more the joy. So, seeking security and pleasure, you have to seek knowledge of yourself. It's amazing. Anyway, so I think Chidananda is enough now. So, let's go to the third verse now. So, name dvesharagau, name lobha mohau, mado naiva me naiva matsarya bhavaha, na dharmo na chartho, na kamo na mokshaha, Chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. Name dvesharagau, me means mama or mai. Me, if you say mama, 6 case, then for me, the Atma, the Chidananda, there is no raga or dvesha. Or may you take it my, 7th case. In me, there is no raga dvesha. In me means what? Well, in me what is there is just consciousness. In me is not good, but same. So basically, name dvesha raga, and therefore, well, I am not a liker. I am not a disliker. I am Chidananda. I am not a liker or disliker. With respect to the objects which I like, I am a liker. With respect to objects which I dislike, like scorpion, etc., I am a disliker. But basically, if you ask me, are you a liker or disliker? Well, I will immediately ask a question of which object you are talking about. You tell me, scorpion. Oh, then I am disliker. Oh, then what is that? Vadai. Oh, I am liker. Liker. That's how we have to say. So, liker or dislike is all standpoint. Could you follow? It's just a standpoint. Then if there is a standpoint or a point of view, then what is view? When there is a view, there is a point of view. Without view, there cannot be a point of view. Then what is view of yourself? If you say, I am not a liker, or I am not a disliker, or I am liker with respect to certain things, I am disliker with respect to certain things, this is a point of view. Then what is view? Oh, you don't understand. Swami, you are really full. I am indifferent. If I am not liker, if I am not disliker, I am indifferent. And in fact, in the world, for 99% of objects, you are indifferent. While coming, you have experienced many things. Nothing has given any kick. I mean, you have seen, the grass. You have seen a tree. Nothing happened to you. Or you saw just a cloud, passing cloud. Nothing happened to you. You saw many people while coming. Many people, on both the sides, walking, this, going. You saw them. But no like, no dislike. Therefore, I am indifferent. If I am not liker, I am not a disliker, therefore I am indifferent. You cannot say you are indifferent. If you say I am indifferent, then you are indifferent to everything, including your wife and husband and child. Are you indifferent? What are you talking? I like them. Okay. Then you cannot say I am indifferent. Yeah. Could you follow what I am saying? Yeah. So no, I am not liker, I am not not liker, I am not a disliker, I am not indifferent. With respect to certain things, majority of the things I am indifferent. With respect to few things, I am a liker. With respect to few others, I am disliker. Again, standpoint. Then who am I? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Any liker is I, definitely. Without I, where is liker? No. Therefore, I am there. Then, if you are there, then you should say I am liker. No. Then I am disliker also. Oh. Therefore, could you follow? So, therefore, I basically transcend. Yeah, all these three. I am Chidananda who assumes a form of liker, disliker with respect to few things. And Dvesha Raga means basically is desire. Raga Dvesha, it is because now Acharya said, Name Dvesha Raga, Name Lobamaho, Mado Naiva Matsara, means 6 ripus. Shad ripus is talking about. Shad ripus, if he is talking about, then Raga Dvesha we should not say, we should say Kama Krodha. Kama Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara. So Raga Dvesha should be Kama Krodha only now, and it is. It is. Raga Dvesha means what? Raga also means a desire, kama. Dvesha also means a desire. Look, what is called raga? I want to have a certain thing. What? Raga. Desire. I want to have. I want to experience something. I want to have it. I want to possess it. Want to possess. Desire. I want to retain what I possess. I want to have it and I want to retain it. That's also raga. So I want to have it, I want to retain it, raga. I want to get rid of it, dvesha. And I want to keep away a given thing. So some people keep away, some other people think, they say we are coming to your place and meet. No, we are going away. We are not here this weekend. You may be there, and or some other guest is coming. They will say like, somebody else is coming. So my point is, raga dveshas are nothing but kama alone. And when they are not fulfilled, the whole unfulfilled desire turns into anger. Therefore, kama krodha is raga dvesha. Then, lobha moha, name lobha moha. Next thing, lobha. Lobha means a greed. It's also a distorted form of desire only. Like anger also is a distorted form, lobha also is a distorted form. Let's say, that desire I will call suppose as an ambition. What is the difference between an ambition and greed? One person has a big corporation and he wants to buy another corporation. That's what happens in corporate world. One corporation is already and they want to acquire another corporation. Is it an ambition or is it greed? Why? Depends. Yeah. Then let's take another example. There is one beggar who has a bowl which is aluminum bowl, and he has an ambition of having a stainless steel bowl. Ambition or greed? No, we should think. Now, in fulfilling that ambition, the person who wants to buy another corporation, in fulfilling that ambition of buying another corporation, if he goes against the value structure which he values means which he expects from others in terms of the behavior, he himself goes against that value structure. Well, in fulfilling that desire of buying, then we say it is a greed. Could you follow? So, what is the value structure which is common and which you value also in terms of behavior from others? Well, I don't want to be robbed, etc. I want to be accommodated. I want to be this. Nobody should cheat me, and this, etc. All this. Everybody should be truthful to me. Nobody should injure me anyway, etc. All this is a value structure. So, in fulfilling your ambition or desire, if you go against the value structure which you already expect in terms of a behavior from others, then this is a greed. Same way, even a beggar also, he saw that another beggar has a stainless steel bowl. Yeah, and generally these beggars sleep on the railway platform, and both of us sleeping in the different these places. Then morning, this person, beggar, he woke up, who was having a stainless steel bowl. He saw that is absent, and he saw the other beggar also is absent. He understood that person, he has stolen the stainless steel, the bowl. So that's not ambition. That's called greed. So this is what it is. So greed, lobha. But why, Swamiji, this kind of greed, etc., where you, Swamiji, why this greed happens? Why person goes against value structure? Because there is a pressure. When there is a desire creates a pressure, desire becomes a pressure cooker, then definitely it will burst into this going against the value structure. Yeah. And therefore, the pressure itself is the cause for that. Okay. Then, But Swamiji, why a person wants to buy another corporation, all that? Moha. When your priority structure is different, yeah. Priority structure. Moha means, it's a delusion. Delusion means what is a priority you don't know. Yeah. Priority is ultimately, to gain a certain freedom from insignificance, etc. He thinks if I buy another corporation, he would be a big person. But he doesn't understand that becoming big also will be definitely still you are limited because you become big. Once you reach there, you find that you have to still become big. Then you find that you have to still become big. And therefore, ultimately, you want to become the big. You cannot become the big. Or else you are the big. What is this the big? You want to become Brahman. You cannot become Brahman. Nobody can become. The distance between a limited thing and limitless is always limitless. The distance between a limited thing and limitless is always limitless. Yeah. Could you follow? No, Swamiji, distance between limited thing and limitless is definitely limited. Then a limitless is not limited. Yeah. Limited thing is slowly approaching. And Swamiji, now the distance is decreasing. Then that limitless is not limitless, is a limited number. So distance between limited and limitless is limitless. That's how everyone wants to become limitless, ultimately, frankly. Physical power, limitless. Knowledge, limitless. Memory, limitless. Emotion, limitless. Hunger, limitless. For me, not for you, but I feel I should have enough hunger to consume everything. This much. Swami, how much you are eating? You want to have a natural urge to become big. Natural urge, it is a natural urge because you are that by nature. Yeah. Not knowing your nature by ignorance, you want to become. Any process of becoming will keep you in the process of becoming. So if you want to become limitless, you have to come out of this process of becoming. Only becoming is within the limits of time. And with a certain attributes, you acquire certain more attributes, still limited. We should understand this. That's how Pujya Swamiji always used to call a process of becoming is called samsara. The process of becoming is samsara. This goes on and on. The old person also had a desire, but now he has no capabilities further to become. So you settle with. Yeah, that's unfulfilled desire, but you settle with. Now you cannot do anything. Yeah. That's what it is. Anyway, so my point is moha, delusion. If I acquire something, well, I will become free from this sense of limitation, sense of inadequacy, sense of smallness. It's a delusion. That's how a person basically goes against the value structure and has a greed, etc. also. Anyway, so moha, misguided importance, false priorities, all you can say. Then madaha, right? Name dvesharagav. Thank God. When I am discussing all these, person may be feeling, I am having this. No, keep in the mind, you are Chidananda. Name dvesharagav. Thousands of there are, Swamiji, they are there, but not in you. Yeah. Swamiji, how will I gain moksha? I have lots of likes and dislikes. I don't know when will I get moksha? Sir, you are always free. When you are complaining, at that time itself you are free. I am having likes and dislikes is a pure notion. It should go. Name dvesharago, name loba moha, mado naiva me naiva matsayadava. Mada means a egoity or a pride. Air of superiority. Why air of superiority? Because basically everyone has an inferiority. Because everyone has a sense of smallness. Therefore, everyone has an inferiority complex. But when the inferiority complex is too intense, you have you have a need to show your superiority. That's it. So you have need to assume an air of superiority. And therefore you put on an air of superiority. Underneath is all confusion. Because, why confusion? It's like in that Swiss chocolate, which is very hard on the surface. But as you bite, you find inside is all gooey substance kind of a thing. So this superiority outside is very hard. Inside it is all polampol. What? Confusion. Why confusion, Swamiji? Because everything is given. For what you have a pride? Pride indicates, in fact, somebody told me, arrogance is ignorance. ANC. Arrogance also is ANC. Ignorance also ANC. Arrogance is ignorance. Absolutely. Everything is given to you. All the possibilities are given to you. But Swamiji, I have a superiority complex because I have achieved so and so. You cannot achieve unless the possibilities are there. In a possibility, there are people who have helped you. You don't want to take into account. When any success happens, you say it is all because of me. Failure happens, you try to find some scapegoat. Always. And if you don't find any scapegoat, at least nearby person is his wife. Because of you only. You all the time was cursing me, and that is how I... Didn't I tell you? That's... I told you not to make so and so a friend as a business partner. You made it. That is why it happened. So, the easiest scapegoat is a wife. I'm telling, or a husband, whatever. Anything bad happens, failure happens, you will always... Success means all mine. Success means all mine. This is both indicate pure ignorance. There is always a Ishvara who is Bechara, Ishvara, Bechara. He doesn't help all the time. Between love and dub right now, in this Swami who is talking to you, between love and dub of this heart, there is a grace. Love can happen of the heart, dub need not happen. It doesn't happen for many human beings. It doesn't happen. I'm not talking something imagination. The person is just talking and just goes away. On the sit itself. So there is some grace flowing. Taking into account of the grace of Ishvara. Everything is given to you. The very possibility of exploring the intellect, everything is given. For what you have a pride? What is the thing which you can claim as of yourself? Therefore I say, in air of superiority, if you look into that, it's all confusion. It's all gooey substance. Not this, right? So pride. So this height, Puja Swamiji said once, the height of ignorance is arrogance. Height of ignorance. Nothing, even for the knowledge. You are gaining knowledge, I am gaining knowledge. For knowledge also we cannot be proud of. All possibilities are given. Everything is given. The teachers were there. So many things. So, Mado naiva me naiva matsarya bhavaha. Matsarya bhavaha means matsarya. Matsarasya bhavaha matsaryam. So, matsarya means a jealousy. So, somebody is accomplishing something and you are unhappy. Somebody is happy and you become unhappy. So, somebody is happy, then you become unhappy. Seeing the person happy, you become unhappy. Jealousy is the only thing where we say we don't have a solution. If you ask me, Swamiji, what is the solution for jealousy? Sorry. And even if you tell, no, look at into you, you have also so many things, for which the other person may be jealous of you and this. Nothing works. Nothing works. Let me tell you very frankly, nothing works. If once a jealousy is there, it has taken a momentum in your mind. Nothing works. You have to sleep. If you can sleep. Then once you get up, perhaps it has gone. It doesn't go. Or else you have to deep, I mean, you have to catch it in the very bud itself. The very thought arises, you have to do something. That solution we have. Yeah. Yeah. You see some person, a neighbor, who bought a new Lexus, and you have a simple whatever, I don't know, and you saw that car, and the person was driving, and he came in, and immediately that, jealousy, immediately pray. May he get 3 Lexus, not one. That is the only solution. You pray for the person to get more. You see some musician and singing very well, and you have. I got the opportunity at that time. My husband did not allow me to do that. Just pray for that musician. May he get more and more melodies and this whatever, I don't know, notes. May he have a knowledge of more notes and melodies and these. Prayer is the only solution. Nothing works. If it has taken a certain momentum, then it keeps you burning. It keeps you burning. Anyway, so basic, and it happens. So when it's converting a jealousy into prayer immediately, when it is arising, then it works. Swamiji, once it has taken momentum and then I start praying, you may, but it won't be that effective. It won't be that effective. If your mind is full of jealousy, seeing something, at that time let me pray. I don't think it works. Try it. But yes, it is arising, and before it takes momentum, you pray it. Then definitely you will nullify that very negative emotion, matsya, etc. But Swamiji, then all these things are in me. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivo. I am free from everything. Means if I am free from everything, see now, this also question was asked. If I am free from all these things, then I need not have to try to, work on it. Then what about your karma yoga, taking, nullifying, neutralizing your raga, dvesha and all that? Need not be, because ultimately they are not in me. So, you should basically work up to a certain point. Further thing is taken care of by knowledge. Yeah. Further thing is basically taken care of by your assimilation of knowledge, in which you understand everything is mithya. Every emotion is I. I am not an emotion. That works. But when the intensity is too much, means that there is so much reality given to everything, you cannot say it is mithya. And even if you say it is not, it's for the sake of saying. It doesn't work. So Yoga Shastra, basically our all religious life, etc., well, all these things can help you to manage to a certain point. But if you think that all these things should totally go away and then I will gain knowledge, then also it's a wrong attitude. All these emotions will be there because of the certain past samskaras, and you cannot negate all or nullify all samskaras. How many are there, we don't know. And how many of janmas, several janmas. So, in a conscious mind, if this intensity of certain emotions are too much, well, then work for some time on that, try to manage them, and then definitely rest of it will go away. And then, so once you manage well, this will pave the way for the owning up of the knowledge. Okay, so name dvesharago, name lopamoho, name mado naiva me naiva matsari bhavaha, na dharmo, na chartho, na kamo, na moksha. So, nacha dharmaha, nacha kamaha means 4 purushartha. Purushahi arthyate iti purushartha. Purushahi arthyate. What is sought after by the Purusha means a human being. What is sought after by a human being is called Purushartha. And that Purushartha is possible because of the free will, I told you. That's how, based on free will, what you do is also called Purushartha. Yeah. Right? We say, in Gujarati also they say, oh, I am doing a lot of Purushartha. Means what you want to achieve is also called Purushartha, and the effort you put is also called Purushartha, based on free will. So, this is how Purushartha means four types of, goal. And there are, for a single human being, there are thousands of goals. No. Shastra says only for any human being, whole humanity, whatever they are seeking as a goal, well, that we put it either of these three, not even fourth, moksha. Moksha will be later. Or a four, let's say four. Anyone who is striving to gain something falls within this, either of this. First is the artha. Artha means you seek certain objects as a source of security because you feel insecure. You have a sense of insecurity and therefore you seek that. And there are three types of sources of security. Certain objects you seek for as a social security. Certain objects you seek for a economical security. And then there is third thing also, which if I remember I will let you know. But all this, and you seek many things. You seek relationship for a social security. You seek a influence, etc. Maybe for a social security. Or you seek a power, etc. And for economical security. And well, you seek money and other things, you know. You are seeking a house, etc. All this is for ultimately a economical security. So you want a certain assets, you want to, you want to have certain assets, etc. You want to have some cash, money, all this. So all this basically give you a sense of security. That's how you are seeking them. So they are.
So emotional security is
Emotional security. Yeah. The third one is emotional security, and in that relationship you can form. Yeah, that's fine. Very nice. Thank you very much. So emotional security through relationship. So three types of securities you are seeking: social security, emotional security, and this economical. For that, whatever you are seeking is called artha. Everyone has, right? Then the second is a kama. Anything which gives a kick, which satisfies your senses, which gives gives a kick in your heart. You have a sense of pleasure. Experiencing that. If you feel this kind of a thing, you have a sense of pleasure, then that is called kama. There are also three types. First is a sensory pleasures, which you gain, by contacting the sense objects through your senses. When they come in contact with, you gain a certain pleasure. So that's called sensory pleasure. You are seeking that. Second, like listening to music and this, and seeing certain beautiful sights, or smelling something which is very perfumes, etc. When you just smell it, or certain flowers, you smell it and you become happy. All these are sensory pleasures. Second is the intellectual pleasure. You seek a particular discipline of knowledge. Yeah. And when you are pursuing a certain discipline of knowledge and you gain knowledge, you gain a certain clarity in that, it gives a pleasure. You solve certain puzzle, you get pleasure. There is a crossword in times of India. In India, they used to have that crossword, and the person used to always fill up. And when you are able to fill up that, you have certain pleasure. It's intellectual pleasure. Playing games is an intellectual pleasure. It's not sensory pleasure. Playing games, especially either cricket, tennis, everywhere, you have to, if you want to win, definitely you need it's not sensory pleasure, intellectual pleasure. Then there is third one, which only few people, very fortunate people have. Yeah. And all our artists, any type of artist have this kind of pleasure. It's called aesthetic pleasure. Aesthetic pleasure. So, some musical concert is there, and people are, doing like this in a classical music program, and I don't know anything. I went with somebody in one program in Ahmedabad. And he was a doctor. He said, "You come. It's a really good," and he sings well and all that. And I went, and program starts at 10 o'clock in night. And before, and then initially they do half an hour. In that itself, I feel, what is going on here? And all of them are literally in a Brahmananda. I don't have that infrastructure to enjoy. Could you follow what I'm saying? Infrastructure. I went to one paint gallery. Generally I tell a lot of lies, but this is truth. Okay? I went to one paint gallery, and I saw all the paints and I could not understand. I felt boring. I saw one person standing in front of one particular modern some paint, and he was observing and having so much joy. My God, he was in almost an absorption state, samadhi kind of a thing, with that picture, with that painting. I could not. I literally slipped and tried to see what is there in that. Because if you are just seeing like this, you are not able to find out what is there. So I literally lie down and tried to, could not. No infrastructure. So aesthetic pleasures, yeah. Person can say from the flavor of the coffee, they are able to say. Even if you need not say anything, they will say this is Starbucks, this is Narsu, or this is, what is that, the third one? Whatever. Okay? They are just able to say. Swami, what coffee would you like? Whatever you give. Grass. Whatever you give. This one, they give sometime a full of milk and little coffee. That also will be all right. More coffee, that will be also all right. कुछ पता नहीं चलता. People have a nuances. My God. One person was seeking a blue color. I said, in a painting, in his home. I said, well, blue paints are there. No. Swami, you don't know. There are 1,000 types of blue paints. Blue color. 1,000. Literally showed me on computer. My God, shades of blue. I want that patent blue. What patent blue? Blue. Grassness. Here. Grassness. So people develop a certain nuances in enjoyment, in pleasures. It's a very, if you have this kind of infrastructure, you can enjoy a given thing for a length of time. More subtle the pleasure, lasting it will be. Grosser the pleasure, shorter the duration. Sensory pleasures are of shorter duration. That is how musicians, even though they are giving programs and giving you pleasure, but they themselves doing for half an hour, then that person is, you should see, he and music are not two things, totally absorbed into that. Totally. Amazing. Very fortunate people have this. All artists, all painters, this, that, musicians, singers, all. So very few have, not all. So this is an aesthetic pleasure. 3 types of pleasures are there. But anyway, by any object, aesthetic or intellectual or a sensory, you get a kick in your heart. Your senses are satisfied or your mind is satisfied. You have a sense of pleasure. It's called kama. That's the second purushartha. Third, dharma. Dharma means a pursuit of what? Pursuit of pleasure. Kama also is a pursuit of pleasure. Dharma also is a pursuit of pleasure. Happiness, yeah. That only will make the pursuit. Who will make dharma as a goal if it doesn't give me happiness? Happiness is a goal. Everyone has a happiness as a goal. Dharma gives the pleasure, but a better form of pleasure. Yeah. There you are dependent upon the object, sensory object, intellectual, either discipline of knowledge, etc., or some aesthetic object, but you are dependent upon that object. You have to come in contact with that object, then it gives you pleasure. In dharma, it is not so. Dharma gives you a joy, just living a life of harmony, life of friendship with others gives a joy. So reaching out gives a joy. When you reach out, or you do what is to be done in your life, you get a joy. Even doing laundry gets a joy. I'm telling you. What is to be done, you do. So, today is Sunday, but Swami, we are here. I could not do laundry. Now I will do next Sunday. But that laundry remains in your heart. I have to do laundry. 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 Doing something you get joy. Not experiencing some object you get a joy. Which joy is more desirable? Please tell me. Whenever this joy, happiness comes, I always ask some question to you. And I keep doing like this. Which form of joy is better? You have to give reason. Dharma is better. Because dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Artha, kama, dharma, no. Dharma, artha, kama means dharma is better. So let us say.
In dharma you are not dependent.
Absolutely. What an answer. Where there is less dependence. Yeah. Means you have a more freedom of getting joy. More freedom if you have for getting joy, then one day I will come with a ringer and say, hey, you are the joy. Easy to understand. So if you have a dharma pursuit, you are very close to moksha. If you have a kama as a pursuit, where you are dependent for happiness on external things, then when I say you are the very source of happiness, he's a crazy guy. This Swami M is a crazy guy. Don't listen to him. Could you follow what I am saying? Kama, there is a dependency. In dharma, there is no dependency. You do something, get a joy. You reach out to someone, get a joy. All our doctors, if they are doing something for the sake of making the patient comfortable, making him relieved from disease, etc., uncomfort, they are doing this. When the patient comes and says, Doctor Sahib, very nice. You helped me that day and I really, I'm now very comfortable. They have immediate joy. That joy is not born of, experiencing things. That joy is born of doing on his part, reaching out to me or anybody else. And that is in your hand. Because you have free will to do. You have freedom, choice to do, and you do. You get a joy. When it is external and you are dependent upon, need not be, you have to keep waiting sometime. It's all based on prarabdha. Yeah. Based on your karma phala of the past. Here the joy born of your own karma. Definitely of a better. You can call a shot. I want a joy. Let's do something. I'm a doctor. Let me help other person. Patient example. You get a joy. This person doesn't need any external means for enjoyment. People who are working in certain organizations like Seva and other things, I saw here also, they are happy people. Doing something, they are very happy. In fact, they keep on doing. If you tell them, come for a movie and this and that, and come for that lunch in a particular hotel, they say, no, we are happy. Go, you go. That's also an addiction. We are not saying right now that. Swami, that is also an addiction. That's okay. What I am saying is, which form is better? Which form is better? Definitely it is better. Reaching out, etc. Doing email, people sometimes have 150 emails and he has to or she has to answer. She doesn't open. As she opens, she finds, she has to answer a lot. Close it, keep it. Doing what is to be done. Calling someone. Somebody said, please call me whenever you are free. Because that person is in need of that, he or she wants to talk to you. And you keep postponing. And as you open the WhatsApp, etc., you find, you have to call that person. You have to call that. You don't do. One day you decide to do, and you do. After that, what? You might have to listen for half an hour or something. It's effort. But yet, at the end of it, joy. doing laundry at the end of it, 1.5 hour toiling, not even a cup of tea, still joy. Understand this, dharma is a better form of enjoyment. Where, and when you do it, you have a certain self-acceptance. You don't fall in your own eyes. What you want to do in your life, and if you are not able to do, you fall in your own eyes. You want to get up in the morning and you could not get up. You switch off the alarm. And then when you get up with a guilt. And few such guilts ultimately leads to you will decide, I am a failure. Whatever I want to do in my life, I am not able to do. With a sense of failure, where is joy? With a sense of self non-acceptance, where is joy? When you do something which is ought to be done, and you do it, there is an acceptance. Where there is self-acceptance, there is joy. So this is all relative, but can pave a way for the total self-acceptance. Understanding I am Brahman. So dharma is very close to moksha. Right? For Purushartha. Here, any of these pursuits are not for me, because I am Chidananda, including moksha. Not for me, we'll see. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.